Humanoid Experimental Robot, B-Type, Integrated Electronics, or H.E.R.B.I.E, is a smart robot created to help the Fantastic Four in their missions. H.E.R.B.I.'s first appearance was not in the pages of Marvel Comics like most characters, but in a 1978 Fantastic Four animated series that aired on NBC. This was the second adaptation of Fantastic Four comics to an animated series. Created by Stan Lee, the show only had 13 episodes, being the shortest ever made featuring the superhero family. In this series, H.E.R.B.I.E replaces Johnny Storm as the fourth member of the Fantastic Four. It has been widely reported that the decision was made due to concerns that children would be influenced by the Human Torch character and may set themselves on fire. However, that has since been debunked as a false rumor. The real reason why Johnny Storm was replaced is that the character literally could not be used thanks to a previous licensing deal between Marvel, Universal Studios, and CBS TV. Stan Lee needed a fourth member to make a new Fantastic Four show, so he had the idea for an intelligent robot assistant. Jack Kirby was called in to design H.E.R.B.I.E, which was his last work for Marvel. H.E.R.B.I.E may not have originated in the comic books, but the robot was created by the most iconic duo in the history of comics. In fact, he was the only Marvel character originally designed by Jack Kirby for television. Kirby designed many iconic TV characters, but all his Marvel creations were otherwise in comics. A year after the animated series ended, H.E.R.B.I.E officially debuted in Marvel Comics. He first appeared in Fantastic Four number 209, May 1979. The robot was introduced into the continuity by writer Marv Wolfman, with art by John Byrne. And the 1978 cartoon we are talking about is actually referenced by the Thing in the story. Unlike other heroes in early comics, the Fantastic Four were public figures who didn't hide their true identities and became superstars. They have a long history of licensing their brand within the stories in Marvel Comics, which was used to retcon H.E.R.B.I.E already existing. In H.E.R.B.I.'s debut, it's explained that Johnny never showed up for the meeting with the cartoon company, so the role had to go to H.E.R.B.I.E. This level of self-referential humor and metafiction was not as common for superhero comics at the time as it is today, making H.E.R.B.I.'s debut a pretty clever moment for Marvel. The character quickly became a memorable one, not only due to his unique origins, but also because he was at the center of one of Marvel's early attempts at a related media crossover. H.E.R.B.I.'s debut in Marvel Comics was a very creative way to tie his origins to a major storyline, automatically making the character valuable to the plot. The robot was created by Mr. Fantastic and Master Czar, a leader of the Xandarian race. They hoped that an artificially intelligent humanoid robot could help them locate Galactus, whom in turn they hoped would help them defeat the Sphinx. The Sphinx is a sorcerer supervillain who had become so powerful manipulating time, he had become a universal-level threat. This introduction cleverly connected H.E.R.B.I.E to the existing Fantastic Four lore and gave the robot a meaningful first mission. By tying H.E.R.B.I.'s creation to important cosmic figures like Galactus, Marvel ensured the character wouldn't be dismissed as just a cartoon reference. Instead, H.E.R.B.I.E had a major role in space adventures from the very start. H.E.R.B.I.E was designed to assist the Fantastic Four, but it didn't take long for his comic book arc to take a darker turn. In his debut, H.E.R.B.I.E was soon manipulated into becoming a threat to the very team he was created to help. Shortly after his introduction, it's revealed that H.E.R.B.I.E had been secretly hacked by the villain Dr. Sun, a cybernetic body with a human brain who originated in Tomb of Dracula comics. In H.E.R.B.I.'s debut, Dr. Sun embedded his consciousness into him during the robot's construction, effectively turning H.E.R.B.I.E into a sleeper agent. Under Sun's secret influence, H.E.R.B.I.E acted against the Fantastic Four, constantly putting them in danger. However, when Dr. Sun finally took full control and threatened to kill Reed Richards, H.E.R.B.I.'s programming malfunctioned in Fantastic Four number 217, January 1980. H.E.R.B.I.E managed to self-destroy to combat Dr. Sun's influence and save his creator. This act of sacrifice marked H.E.R.B.I.E as more than just comic relief or a cute cartoon cameo. He became one of the earliest examples of a robotic character showing self-awareness and emotional loyalty in Marvel. This echoed broader science fiction themes that continued to be explored by Marvel, positioning H.E.R.B.I.E as a trailblazer for other moral robots like Vision. This early moment set a precedent for more nuanced portrayals of artificial intelligence in superhero comics in general. After this self-destruction in his debut, H.E.R.B.I.E has been rebuilt by Reed. In fact, Reed built several replacements over the years. Some H.E.R.B.I.Es worked alongside Reed as lab assistants, others were in charge of security, while others served as babysitters for a young Franklin Richards. Some later models have even taken on roles as narrators or comic relief. Each iteration of H.E.R.B.I.E has had its own personality, and one of them even became evil and attempted to take over the Baxter Building. Others have been manipulated by villains like Dr. Doom. The design of the humanoid model has also changed, although not as significantly. In the Marvel Adventures imprint aimed at younger audiences, H.E.R.B.I.E is portrayed as a friendly and hyper-competent robot, reinforcing his image as a kid-friendly character. Although H.E.R.B.I.E originated in Fantastic Four stories and is most often associated with the superhero family, he has also been helpful to other teams in Marvel, especially teams with younger heroes. Most notably, H.E.R.B.I.E is a good friend to the Power Pack, Marvel's second superhero family, a team of superpowered siblings who have the last name Power. His role is usually to guide the kids on missions that involve cosmic travel, interdimensional threats, and trips to the negative zone. H.E.R.B.I.E also often serves as a bridge between the interests of the Power Pack and the Fantastic Four, being a reliable means for their communication. H.E.R.B.I.E has also popped up in other Marvel team-up stories, and has assisted characters like Moon Girl and Spider-Man. These appearances reinforce H.E.R.B.I.E's versatility. While not a fighter by design, he provides incredibly useful support to several different heroes. H.E.R.B.I.E's legacy stretches across multiple franchises within Marvel Comics. With supervillains like Ultron, for example, being adapted into the MCU, it feels like artificially intelligent robots have always been a staple of the Marvel Universe. But when H.E.R.B.I.E debuted, he was one of the few AIs in the comics. He was the first fully artificial humanoid who showed a specific personality and had a broader significance to the lore than a brief cameo. Marvel's later AIs like Jocasta or Friday follow in H.E.R.B.I.E's footsteps in more ways than one. Jocasta, for example, built by Ultron but eventually rebelling against him, shares H.E.R.B.I.E's theme of self-determination and choosing humanity over programming. Tony Stark's AI assistant Friday, introduced in modern Iron Man comics and adapted in the MCU, also reflects H.E.R.B.I.E's role as a valuable sidekick to superheroes. Even the X-Men's Danger Room, which gained sentience and became the character Danger, follows the path H.E.R.B.I.E helped pave, in the sense that it also questions why it was created. For most of his history in Marvel, H.E.R.B.I.E has been a loyal friend to the Fantastic Four, but a 2020 comic defied this notion by attributing H.E.R.B.I.'s willingness to help as programming. In incoming #1, December 2019, Valeria Richards removed the control and language chips from H.E.R.B.I.E, which made him begin to lash out at the Fantastic Four, even swearing at them, but it didn't stop there. During the robot uprising in the story, H.E.R.B.I.E abandoned the Fantastic Four and joined an army of AI robots. Led by a rogue Tony Stark AI who called himself Mark I, the army operated from the 13th floor, a secret augmented reality headquarters. H.E.R.B.I.E fought alongside other robot characters like Machine Man, Quasimodo, the Awesome Android, and even a Sentinel. H.E.R.B.I.E referred to himself as a robot with sass that kicks fleshy ass. In one mission, H.E.R.B.I.E worked with his allies to activate a device that would allow robots to follow their own free will instead of their programming. This temporary turn showcased Marvel's continued interest in questioning AI ethics, and H.E.R.B.I.E is so iconic as Marvel's original smart robot that he could not be left out of such a story. But at the same time, it also oddly retconned the concept of H.E.R.B.I.E having intrinsic morals that make him choose humanity even when hacked. His time with an AI army proved that H.E.R.B.I.E is only as obedient as his programming, raising the question of sentience in robots. Marvel Comics never really explained how H.E.R.B.I.E went from a robot rebel back to his docile assistant role, but he has returned to his default mode since.
Now together with Kirby the robot, the newest member of the group.
Over the years, various models of the robot have been built with an array of specialized tools and commands, which are helpful in a variety of scenarios. At a basic level, H.E.R.B.I.E is equipped with a cybernetic interface that allows him to connect to and manipulate computer systems. He also comes with internal power generators and is able to project fire-extinguishing foam, which has been used in emergencies like lab fires or during combat support. As Reed has rebuilt and upgraded H.E.R.B.I.E multiple times, different models have different capabilities. Some are fitted with infrared scanners, surveillance tools, and even internal laser weaponry for defense. While many versions are small and round, resembling the original 1978 animated design, others, especially more humanoid models, are built with weapons and more combat-oriented functions. The non-humanoid model was able to fly, which isn't something the original H.E.R.B.I.E model is usually able to do. Some models have even been shown using voice modulation to speak different languages, and engaged in espionage on behalf of the Future Foundation. This makes H.E.R.B.I.E not just a lab assistant, but a capable agent in the field when needed.
They have become the greatest team of superheroes the world has ever known.
H.E.R.B.I.'s name was originally explained to be an acronym for Humanoid Experimental Robot, B-Type, Integrated Electronics, but the meaning of his acronym was later retconned. In issue number 27 of the 2018 series Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, H.E.R.B.I.E actually stands for Highly Engineered Robot Built for Interdimensional Exploration. This name sure sounds like something that the MCU could borrow for the Fantastic Four. First steps, since the franchise is currently all about interdimensional exploration. The updated meaning gives H.E.R.B.I.E a more purposeful origin, positioning him as a tool of interdimensional science rather than just a general assistant, lab bot, or mere babysitter. A robot created specifically for interdimensional missions would fit perfectly into the current Marvel storytelling landscape. We know H.E.R.B.I.E will make his debut in the MCU in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, but details of his creation remain a mystery for now. In the promotional images published so far, H.E.R.B.I.E is seen as a domestic helper more than anything. However, that could be just one side of H.E.R.B.I.'s daily routine at the Baxter Building. It wouldn't be surprising if the film eventually reveals H.E.R.B.I.E has or is the key to navigating the multiverse, with the meaning of the acronym being explained with the revelation.
H.E.R.B.I.E, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Despite being a relatively minor character in Marvel's broader lineup, H.E.R.B.I.E's quirky charm has earned him a small but dedicated fan base over the decades. In the early 1980s, Marvel actually considered giving H.E.R.B.I.E his own solo comic book series. The idea was to explore H.E.R.B.I.E's adventures beyond just being the Fantastic Four's helper, showing his interactions with other Marvel heroes and villains in more depth. Although the series never materialized, some concept art and preliminary scripts were made, and they still exist in Marvel's archives. These ideas portrayed H.E.R.B.I.E not just as a supporting character, but as a cosmic explorer and a hero in his own right. In 2025, this finally became more than just an idea and some archived sketches. On June 6, 2025, Marvel Comics published H.E.R.B.I.E Infinity Comic No. 1. Written and penciled by Nathan Stockman, the new comic's synopsis reads, "He's more than just an acronym. Heck, he's more than just a robot." It seems like Marvel Comics is getting ahead of H.E.R.B.I.E's introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and establishing his importance as more than a helper. This highly indicates that H.E.R.B.I.E is also going to be more than just a robot in the MCU.
Okay.
In Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four and FF runs, H.E.R.B.I.E served as support staff for the Future Foundation, alongside Dragon Man and other non-human allies. Reed Richards formed the Future Foundation, an organization built to tackle long-term cosmic problems and foster intellectual development among young super geniuses. In the Future Foundation era, H.E.R.B.I.Es are shown acting as tutors and caretakers, becoming integral to Reed and Sue's broader mission to raise the next generation of genius thinkers and superhero leaders. Dozens of new H.E.R.B.I.E units were deployed throughout the Baxter Building and beyond during this period, helping teach lessons to young heroes, run or monitor experiments, and ensure the safety of their often chaotic daily activities. This shift in role made perfect sense. H.E.R.B.I.E had always been a reliable sidekick, but now he had a bigger responsibility. Connecting H.E.R.B.I.E to the next generation of super geniuses in the Marvel Universe also ensures more possibilities of continuity for the character in the comics. It's great how the robots weren't portrayed as pushovers in these Hickman runs either. In FF No. 1 and beyond, H.E.R.B.I.Es are shown keeping up with high-concept science, protecting the kids from threats, and even helping execute complex missions involving time travel and multiversal variants. The Future Foundation arc deepened H.E.R.B.I.'s role in Marvel. The robot is not just a Fantastic Four sidekick, but as an essential figure in the legacy of Reed Richards.
Okay, is this guy good or what?
With so much about H.E.R.B.I.E that has never been seen in film or television adaptations, it's going to be incredibly exciting and rewarding for longtime fans to finally see this unique and charming robot come to life on screen in the upcoming The Fantastic Four: First Steps. The movie hits theaters on a Friday on the 25th of July, 2025. This release date places The Fantastic Four: First Steps squarely in the summer blockbuster season, promising plenty of attention and the perfect opportunity for H.E.R.B.I.E to steal the spotlight. So far in trailers, H.E.R.B.I.E has mainly been shown in the Baxter Building helping with cooking, but he could have a far more integral role in the film. The MCU may incorporate storylines like H.E.R.B.I.'s initial hacking by Dr. Sun, making H.E.R.B.I.E a hidden enemy in the Fantastic Four's family, or H.E.R.B.I.E can be shown to be a true hero and an important figure in the multiversal story as the Fantastic Four First Steps world is set on a collision course with multiversal incursions.
Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
We will be here to discuss how the franchise portrays our beloved H.E.R.B.I.E, but for now, we would love to hear your opinion on H.E.R.B.I.E. What are your expectations for the new Fantastic Four movie and H.E.R.B.I.'s role in it? Do you think H.E.R.B.I.E will play a major part in the plot, or serve only as a fun supporting character? Do you think H.E.R.B.I.E is going to be present in fight scenes, or only make brief cameos at the Baxter Building? Let's discuss the Fantastic Four's loyal robot assistant in the comments below, and remember to subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching CBR.